Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is our setup, play and review the game Guilty. This is a game for, well, maybe playing by yourself, playing it solo. You can play it with 2, 3, 4, as many players as you like. I do recommend playing it either solo, maybe as a 2. It does say 16 plus. Having played it now, I can definitely agree it is not recommended for young people. It's very good, it's bleak, and 16 plus is certainly suggestible. It is sort of tough. I don't really want to spoil it, but I will give you a little bit of an opening over here. But any questions, do let me know at the comments are best on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So Julia Kowalski is dead. She's been found dead in prison, and there have been some suspects. And not everything will be in shot. It doesn't really matter too much. But as you can see, this does kind of concertina a little bit, but it doesn't lay very flat. But there are various locations we can visit. We have the workshop, the library, the chapel, kitchen, visiting room, laundry, sanitary block, the infirmary, the store, and of course these people as well. So this is a game whereby it's time related. There are many other games which have a time factor. And what you're going to be doing is choosing to go to a location. So we could choose to go to this location. We are flipping over the card, we're reading it, and there'll be a time element as well, which means as soon as you have read through the card, if it's something in yellow at that point, you flip it over, and at some point there will be information on the back of some of these cards telling you, oh, we've just had a call in from somewhere else or something like that. So this is an escape room kind of detective game in a box. Check out my playlist for that too, as well as my how to set up, play and review playlist, etc. So this particular game, it's very detailed. It's very good in that respect, but it is hard to make sure you feel like you've got everything because there's lots going on. It does say you won't find everything in this particular game in terms you won't discover everything, but I found you're finding out nearly everything, like probably 98%, 99% of everything. So most thing is there. You might think there might be a red herring or something. Generally speaking, there's some times or another where you think there might be something which you think, well, I think that's the case, but I'm not sure, but it generally is. So it's a game whereby you might see some kind of correlation or something which you've seen a depiction for in something else, another game perhaps, or just in life, and you go, okay, it is what it's referring to. Now, it does say you can use a smartphone or whatever to research stuff. It's not as interactive as that, but yes, you will find some very interesting stuff, like prison tattoos. I found some interesting stuff which I wasn't aware of, which is very cool. And some of that does come through in this particular game, thankfully, because you could Google anything or search whatever provider you like and not find what you need. Most of the instructions were clear. There's a couple of times when I thought, for example, do I do this as soon as you turn over the card or when you reach the bottom of it? Ultimately, it doesn't affect it too much. There's a couple of potential typos, for example, tetanus, but it might just be like in the notes. So it's written like somewhere to do with, I don't know, not someone's text speech, but somehow or another, I feel like they could have tweaked it slightly. There's only a couple of occasions like that, but knowing that some of the potential typos are repeated, I think that might be intentional, but I'm not sure. So as I mentioned before in the unboxing teaser trailer preview video, this particular game actually is the same guy who has done a number of the Unlock games. In terms of story, this is very much detailed. Very much enjoyed the stories though in Unlock. The graphics, those you can probably tell are very good. The folding investigation card, like I said, is very annoying. And like I said, it wouldn't stay flat. The cardstock is very good. I don't mind if it was ever so slightly thicker, but it has got a good stiffness to it, and I know other people like it. But ever so slightly, an extra 25, I guess, GSM would be nice. But apart from that was my rating. So I think it's very good. It's thematic, it's good enough. I'm very keen to try the second one in the series. So like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for Guilty Monaco 1955 to tell you how that goes. And of course, follow along over on Instagram, Patreon, etc. via the description, YouTube, the podcast, Facebook, etc. So this particular game, I give a rating of about 7.8, so higher than my average of a 6.4, based on over 2,700 reviews at time of recording. Check out my cooperative playlist, check out my solo playlist. I did enjoy playing it solo. It also does take 3 to 4 hours, it does suggest that. I did find it did take 4 hours, an extra 20 minutes as well, just to get some food and whatever. So in terms of snacks and getting drinks, 4 hours 20, another 20 odd minutes to pack it all away, but it's pretty quick to reset. There's some fun events that you kind of can discover as well. Some of it can be a bit tenuous. Some things like, oh, we meant to push this and this together or whatever, I felt was a little bit too much, which is probably why I wouldn't give it any higher than what I have given it. But it's certainly bleak. Like I said, sometimes you do need to be looking into a few things, and Whilst you don't need to use your search engine provider to find stuff out, eventually it will kind of tell you that anyway. Everything that you do need is in there. And sometimes it is telling you stuff which I'm not really sure about as well. Also, this A symbol, I do see it on some of the cards, and I'm not entirely sure what that represents. I only see it here, and I see it nowhere else in relating to actually talking about it. So that's a bit strange. But thank you very much for watching. Please enjoy the game Guilty. Thank you very much again, and speak to you again soon. But for now, back to the table.